Okay, welcome to sorry about that, Gravel Trap Legends Endurance Cup, round one here in Sebring for the 12 hour. And we're just into the final parts of practice now. We're going to come up with the top 10 hyperpole later on after this practice. So the top 10 qualifiers from the time trial that they did during the week will be out for 10 minutes. Those are going to be out all together, the 10 cars. They're not going to be out singly. So I'm just trying to find, as I speak, the actual list of drivers. Okay, so the actual drivers that we will be seeing for the hyperpole, we've got Rusty. We'll try and find where Rusty is here on the list. I can't quite find. Yeah, here he is. So Rusty Jakes, and he's driving. He's driving for the BMW team WTF alongside with Viperon. So we'll see how Rusty can go. And then obviously he had the fastest time, provisional pole. And then we have Tweak, who's in the Porsche. And he's driving for the Craigslist Racing with Simon Rigby. So look out for those guys. And we obviously have Cuckoo. He always seems to find himself up there in the list. So Cuckoo's Team Kiwi Racing with Travis Moe. And then we have Longy, who's currently second on the leaderboard here in practice for Team ANZ CRL. And he's driving alongside Bo Kane, who qualified 14th. And of course, we got Esky. And where's Esky on the list? I'll try and find. Esky man, he's actually in the pits there at the moment, not doing much at the moment, so he's just sitting there. And he's driving. I'm just having a look to find out where Esky's driving for. Not too sure. I think Esky might be actually filling in for someone, so we'll find that out. Maybe for, oh no, he's Newcastle Racing, sorry. So he's in there, but the Unicorn's not able to make it tonight, so he's on his own. Then we've got Petey. And he's in the pit lane there as well, so he's getting himself ready, waiting for it to tick over to our qualifying for the hyperpole. And Petey is driving with Pixel Boy, Team Arse. So we've got Arse Racing represented from their Discord. So if any of the Arse crew are watching, hello. And then what have we got then? Sheppo. So Sheppo's trying to find where Sheppo is. Can't quite find him. And then we've got No Frills and the Real BS and Gun 180 as well. So here we go. So we're into the hyperpulse. So as we can see, all the 10 drivers of Rusty, Tweak, Cuckoo, Longy, Esky, Petey, Sheppo, No Frills, The Real BS, and Gun 180 will be out. So the first man, as we can see, here's Esky Man. And Esky obviously doing it for Newcastle Racing in the Porsche. So that's all set up. We've got maximum of 3 of the same manufacturer. So there's the Alpine, BMW, Cadillac, Lamborghini, and the Porsche. So the Alpine, there was only 2 liveries selected. As for the BMW, there was only 2 as well. The rest of the manufacturers, the other 3, we've got the full 3 selected. So they'll be working hard to obviously get their temperatures up. So Rusty was the man that was the fastest in the time trials. And then Tweak, Cuckoo, and Longy was the top 4. Esky was 5th fastest, so he's got some pace. He's just let Cuckoo, I believe, in front of him. So Cuckoo's got the clear track. Oh no, that's not Cuckoo. So we'll see what Esky can do around the bumps of the final corner. So they're all LMDHs for this Endurance Cup. There's no multi-class, as you can see. So 20 drivers. That's a very impressive field for a Monday night. They're up for a 2-hour, 24-minute race. And we're going to hope that the timing that we've got up there will work during the race. That timing is actually will be the in-game time that you see up the top right. So anyone watching the team that they might be going for, or even the driver, let me know. At this stage, we're just obviously having a look to see how Esky goes on his opening lap. So we should get some times filtered in here now. We'll get the map up actually. I should have the map up so we can just see. So car 15 at the moment going around Truey. He's going to put a time down. Tweak's already put one in, 145. But what's Esky got? Oh, 147.6. They're not quite as fast as Tweak at this stage. Cuckoo coming around the final bend here, currently in 7th. And moves up into 3rd. So Tweak's the man on the move at the moment. So he's coming up to the hairpin. Which is not quite a hairpin, but almost a hairpin. They're probably the tightest corner. Not too sure. We should get a relative, hopefully. See if he's up. So we'll be coming up through here. We should get to see maybe. He's down by 0.3 of a second on this lap. So what's he got? Can he get through onto the back straight? Nice and clean. Gives plenty of room there on the entry. Stays away from the curb a bit. And Longy's put himself up into second. Rusty's still yet to set a time, so he's probably invalidated. And 0.4, so not quite there. So let's find where Rusty is at the moment. Getting through the hairpin. So 4 minutes remaining. Rusty's for the BMW team WTF with Viperon. Doesn't look like Viperon's here. So there's a few teams not quite got their two drivers. So it is a team's championship. So what the whole setup is, the two drivers obviously out on the grid driving the same car and basically score points. And that goes towards the team championship. So they've got to work together for the best result. So there's quite a few drivers missing a teammate for the opening round. It's 6 rounds throughout the year for the Endurance Cup. We go to places like Spa, Le Mans, Mosport, one of the new tracks as well. Interlagos for the 6 hours Sao Paulo, which is an awesome track. And of course, Petit Le Mans to finish off. Again, Jakes hasn't put a lap on. Maybe that was his out lap. So let's go right on board for a lap around and see if we can get Rusty over the line. Nice throttle input by the looks of things here. Just wish we could get the gear readings coming up. Hopefully AMS2 can fix that in future updates for the broadcast. Get some more broadcasting data would be great, especially for viewers too, so we can see what gear he's in. These fuel numbers, even though they're reading there, they're not quite correct from past experiences. But everyone's out for one more run other than Tweak. Tweak's happy with his 45.5. Well, he might not be happy, but that's all he's going to get. He's not going to get a lap in. Longy's probably going to be one of the last ones. Actually, Petey's going to be able to get another lap in. A few of them will get actually a lap in. I think Petey this will be his last lap for Petey. So everyone going over the line now will be their last one on the map there. So the last driver that can do an extra lap will be Longy, who's just out of the final, out of that hairpin. Number 2 on the map. And Rusty goes up into pole position. So you're just on board for a pole lap here around Sebring. Provisional. I have to make sure that I say that because it's not over yet. Let's have a look. Let's pick up the Bloody Nine as he comes around the end. He's going to be able to get another lap in. So that was a quick lap on board Rusty's. And almost beats his time. Betters it, but not quite. We got Gunn coming through. Let's have a look at Petey. Petey's on a lap, I think. We'll soon see in the Lamborghini. Oh, just running wide. We'll see what his sector time is here. Is he going to be up or down? Oh, he's down by a lot. That's it for him. So I think we got Travis Moan may have got over. He would have got over for the line, as has Longy. So Longy's got over. So he's going to be the last man, as we said. So qualifying is over for majority of these drivers. We've got still 4 out there. So Travis Moan's one's, I think, invalidated. The Bloody Nine. is coming through. We'll just see what his sector time is through here. We should be able to catch it up to see if he is going to be on the improve, or is it a red one? He is. He's up by 1.9. Not enough to get up to position 8, but he's still got this sector, the final sector, to run out. So what can he do here? The real BS for Power BS Racing in the Cadillac. Number 1. Can he get a little bit more? Can he get up to position 8? Has the final sector treated him well? He ran wide, clipping the fence. He does. He actually goes up to 7th position, up in front of Gunner. That final sector was amazing. Now let's see Longy. Last car on the track. Not too sure. We didn't find any sector time, but 0.2. But he's out. He's out off the throttle on the back straight. So that is it. Rusty got pole position over Tweak. Longy in 3rd. Cuckoo in 4th. Petey 5th. Esky Man finished in 6th position. The Bloody 9 in 7th. Gun in 8th. No Frills in 9th. And Travis in 10th. So I'd say Longy was 4th, so he hasn't made much. Cuckoo dropped from 3rd to 4th. Esky was 5th, so he's dropped to 6th. Petey has gone up from 5th to 6th. The Bloody 9 was probably, I'd say, the most improved. I'd say it was the 9th, I think. The real BS. So yeah, he was in 9th up into 7th. So not too bad. No Frills was 8th to start off with in 9th. Travis Moan, I think that could be right. Sheppo, I'm not too sure. I'm just not too sure there. So maybe Travis Moan is Sheppo in the Lamborghini. No, Travis Moan is Team Kiwi. So I'm not too sure who Sheppo is. So he wasn't there. So. Actually, I've just had a look there, reading into it a little bit further, guys. Travis Moan was actually 11th fastest, so with Sheppo not showing up, who was 7th fastest, Travis Moan was able to sneak into that hyperpole. So he was actually the biggest mover from 11th provisionally. Actually, Travis Moan, 11th to 10th, sorry. I was thinking of the real BS again, so... Rusty keeps it on pole position. And Tweak. So they're basically how it was in qualifying. Longy went up a position, swapped it around with Cuckoo. Petey went up a position from 6th to 5th. Esky Man went down a position, 5th to 6th. Then obviously Sheppo's, we don't know. So the real BS came up from 9th to 7th. Gun was 10th to 8th, so he made 2 positions. No Frills in 9th, dropped a position from 8th. And as we know, Travis Moan's got to go up 1 from 11th to 10th. So the rest of the field will be, the Bloody 9 will be in 11th position. Truey will, if Truey's there, Truey's there. Yeah, Truey will be in 12th. Bo Kane will be 13th. Simon Rigby will be in 14th. Left will be 15th on the grid. Smithy will be 16th. Pixel Boy will be 17th. Bales is in 18th position, Bales McKenzie. And Stu will be in 19th, I think, Stu. And then Lucas Harvey, he didn't set a time, I believe. So Lucas Harvey will be in 20th in that Cadillac for... they're for AMS Oz Purebred Racing. So Lucas Harvey and his father, Brock Buster. Brock hasn't been able to make it tonight because of work, unfortunately. So they're flying solo. So we've got Team RRR, Bob Left and Smithy. So there's 2 of those ones. We've got the BMW Team WTF of just Rusty only. Viperon hasn't been able to make it. We have T&F Racing in the BMW of No Frills and Chewy, so they're represented. Power BS Racing, the real BS is there, but Max Power's missing, injured, I believe. As we said, AMS Oz in the Cadillac with just Lucas Harvey. Then Team ANZ CRL have got both Longy and Bo Kane in the Cadillac. Team Arse have Pixel Boy and Petey. So, did we say? Yeah, Petey was there. So Pixel and Petey. So for Arse Racing. Hopes and Dreams, Stu and the Bloody Nine in the Lamborghini, which is a nice green livery. And then we also have Team Kiwi Racing of Cuckoo and Travis Moan. Did we see Travis Moan? Yeah, Travis Moan's there, so that's great to see. Obviously, we talked about him going from 11th to 10th. Newcastle Racing in the Porsche, that's only Esky Man only, the Unicorn missing. Craig List Racing, Simon Rigby and Tweak. So I think they're both there, Simon Rigby and... Did we see Tweak? No, Tweak's not here. He didn't make it. And then Babbo Racing of Bales and Sheppo, which obviously Sheppo's not here, but Bales. I did hear Bales. Yeah, Bales is there. So let's... I should have showed you actually the... we're still waiting on the lobby to come on through for the race. So it's going to be a standing start. They'll get themselves organised into the running order. Obviously, the top 10 will already be sorted, so the bottom 10 cars will be sorting themselves out into position on the formation lap, and then they'll come around for the start of the race. So 5 track cuts and 5 track cuts before they may have to visit the pit lane. So it looks like we are just getting in there now at the moment. So it's looking like with a 2 times fuel burn and 2 times tyre wear, they're going to look like about 4 pit stops. So they're going to move away slowly. The target speed is about 80 kilometres an hour for this formation. Warming of tyres, they are allowed to weave single file. So the cars will get into position from once they start moving. And at the start of the back straight, all the cars will then start getting into order. We're going to have the odd numbers. So pole position will be on the left-hand side of the track where Rusty is at the moment. And all the cars in the even numbers on their grid positions will be on the right. And then they will have the race director call green when they coming down the start-finish straight out of the final corner, and race will be on. So we'll see how they go there. They can have the GTL safety car can be called. So that's when 1 or 2 drivers get involved or more. Get involved in an incident, they can call out for a safety car, and all the cars then can will come to a safe speed and follow each other. I don't believe there's any wave around, so they try and get the racing back pretty quickly. So here we are. So welcome to round 1 of GTL's Endurance Cup. And they will now get themselves all sorted. We'll bring up the map because we do need the map. Very handy indeed. And what a great view that is. 20 cars on the grid. And all LMDHs. So, as we said, Rusty looking good. in the BMW Team WTF. Tweak in the Porsche for Craiglis Racing. Then we got Longy for Team ANZ CRL in the number 9 Cadillac. And then in the Lamborghini for Team Kiwi Racing, Cuckoo, the number 47. And he's got Travis Moan, who's in 10th position as his teammate. But Petey in the first of the Lamborghinis for Team Arse. I'm sure there's some support here for Arse Racing. So Petey's the man at the moment. And then we got Pixel Boy a little bit further down for them. But Esky Man, we'll be picking up Esky Man shortly. And as we said, he's the black Porsche for Newcastle Racing. These cars look sensational out on track. And this one here looks pretty good here, this livery. And looks like I had Mustang supply or something for on a Porsche. I don't know if it did. Does it have Mustang? It does. It has Mustang sampling. I thought it was supply. So Mustang sampling. There you go. For the Porsche. And the Bloody Knight in the number 1. Oh, it's not the Bloody Knight, sorry. The real BS, sorry. TBS. He's for Power BS Racing. Max not here. Gun in the other one of the BMWs. So he must be teaming up. He's actually in for Viperon, I think, because Viperon's not here. So Gunner's actually for BMW Team WTF. So he's actually filled in, so that's great. So we're going to see him get some points. No frills in TNF Racing. Travis Moan, as we've already seen. He'll be keen to get his run going for Team Kiwi Racing, with Cuckoo, his teammate, up in 4th. The Bloody Knight, there he is in the Lamborghini. And he's Truey. So they're all coming around here onto the back straight now. So they're going to all start forming up. So the black BMW of Truey in TNF Racing, and Bo Kane's for Team ANZ CRL behind that lot. So here we go, Simon Rigby getting very close indeed to the car in front. But here they all go, so it's looking very, very promising for the start of this race. Let's hope they can all get through the first corner without incident. Now I'm just going to keep an eye if this race timer does stay, if it actually does kick over once we get going in the in-game time. But if it doesn't, I'll get rid of it as an overlay. So who's your bets on, guys? We got 2 hours, 24 minutes of racing. Who is going to see the checkers at the start of this race? And it's go, and it doesn't look like the time has ticked over, so I'll get that out of there. So then it's not in our way. And it looks like Tweaks tried to go around the outside, and he's made that stick for the lead in the Porsche. Nice move. Good committed move there. No hesitation. Sent it down as they all filter in through now. There's a look. Oh, I just thought Gunner was thinking about an early move, but the cold, all their tyres, brakes cold, so they're just taking it easy. As easy as they can be. As the field comes on through out of that final hairpin. And Smithy's the last one around. Oh, there's a lot of action going on just here with the real BS. A nice line of cars all coming through very nicely. The Bloody Nine is right on the back of Travis Moan here for 10th position. Will he have a dive down into the final corner? Will he be the brave one? It's a very bumpy corner, very fast coming into the actual trail break. But here he is on the tighter line, the tighter exit, and he's made that stick for position 10. But will Travis have another last say coming to turn 1? It looks like he may be able to hold on to this. Oh, so close, right on up and alongside that Rolex sign. Oh, and that's who's on the outside there? That looks like that is Bo Kane. No, it's not. It's actually Longy. Longy bouncing around. Has he sustained damage? It looks like he has. Look at the back wing. So from 3rd position, he's out. Down into 14th position and struggling. So he should probably have to come in for repairs. So he might back a few people up. Look at here what's going on here. Lucas Harvey's leading the pack here. There was a little bit of a move there by Simon Rigby, I think, in that Porsche. But let's go and have a look to see what's up in front with this number 6 Porsche. Tweak leading the way. Four seconds up this lap around. So you can just see how much they gain with their tyres starting to get up to pressure as well. Up into temperature, so they're all starting to find themselves in a rhythm. These two have actually stepped out here. There's a nice little battle going in behind here of Petey. I think there's oh, here we go, having a look down the inside. No Frills is holding. Trying to get the cameras working on that final corner for us. Not quite, I'll get there. Okay, let's keep an eye here on this little battle for position 4. So we've got Esky Man just in front of Petey. Petey's holding off Gunner. So as we thought, Longy is in pits. Getting that damage repaired. No use trying to stay out. Bales is moving very slowly as well. Let's just try and pick up on Bales. Oh, geez, he's visited. Look, that's not a very good looking Porsche there. Bappo Racing. Not what Sheppo would like to see Bales at the moment. Sheppo being Bales' teammates, probably watching on. And Longy's moving now. Bit of a bent wing, but hey, it's better than what it was. Look at the bump that they're going over there. That is just crazy, this track. There's an old airfield, I believe. A lot of concrete. Oh, was that No Frills visiting the dirt? No, he kept a hold of it. Nice little battle here from Bo Kane, just following Travis Moan, actually trying to get up in the top 10. So the forecast is fairly dry weather. I think there's some possibility of some variation using the Just Race variable weather as a percentage. So we've already lost one driver, unfortunately. I don't know who it might be. We're down to 19 now. Anyone in the stream can let me know if they've noticed anything of who may have dropped out. You can see how long the damage repair is taking these drivers. They're in the pit lane for a long period of time. Now Longy still on the lead lap, so, you know, obviously hoping for possibility of a safety car. Longy's got the pace to, you know, probably stay in front of these leaders for quite a few laps here. The leaders may have a little bit of pace on him, but they're battling, so that's one thing that Longy would be happy seeing, because that's going to just keep them that little bit slower, one would think. The battle here is definitely still between the real BS and Gun. And it goes down to No Frills, the bloody 9, Travis Moan. Oh man, that's a great shot there. Just seeing how close they get to that outside wall as the pace still increases. Oh, have a wild ride out there. No Frills. Keeps it together, but Travis, I think the bloody 9 couldn't make any ground then on No Frills. Running wide, so they're all starting to get banked up here between from the real BS, because it looks like Travis and Bo Kane are slowly reeling these pack in. So we've got a 6-way fight going on here very shortly. Oh, here goes Gunner having a look down the inside. Now this is a great little part of the circuit. The cars just really flow. Nice sort of applications. And this is where it gets really bumpy, but you'll see how late they can get on the brakes. 100-metre board, but there's trail braking all the way down. But look at the tighter line that Gunner seems he's very confident. There's that big bump sort of in the middle of the track. You got to pick your line and just try and avoid the part that's probably the roughest part of any circuit. Will he have a dive down the inside? This is a good overtaking position if you can get down there, because you can run 2 cars around that little kink there, but then this part here you'd have the inside and you'd make the move stick. Oh, very, very getting light on the rear for the real BS. He was really struggling to keep that car planted on the black stuff. And Gunner can see that. He can sense it. He can smell it. He can smell the rubber burning from the real BS. Rear tyres. This is where the real juicy part of the battle is at the moment, just looking down the totem pole of the leaderboard. So will the BMWs try and work together a little bit to try and see if they can get in front of this Cadillac of the Power BS Racing? We've got Esky Man in the Porsche just in front of these lot. So a lot of viewers may know have seen Gunn does really well on a lot of different disciplines of racing. Here he goes. He's trying to have a little look. Just trying to get down the inside here. Can he do it? No, he can't. But cars with high downforce are just not quite his cup of tea. But he can steer him well. You can see here in 7th position, giving the Real BS a hard time, and positions his car well here, and he's going to make this stick. But this is going to be interesting to see if No Frills, he had to get off the throttle, No Frills, just to let, or did he? That second sector, 0.3 seconds up on his best time, so getting held up now. He doesn't want to get held up too long. He'll probably try and make a move. Here he goes. Will he do this? Into the final corner. The Cadillac's got some top end speed by the looks of that, pulling away. Oh, but has he gone wide? Has he gone wide? Too wide for the Cadillac, but look, he's fighting back here on this run now. He's tucked it in, so it looks like No Frills has taken that position. So the two BMWs have made that move. So within a lap, the Real BS went from 6th down to 8th, lost 2 positions. It's Stu is the driver. Thank you, Stu. But might have been Stu if I'm thinking that might have got disconnected. So the boss man, unfortunately, was the 20th driver the first driver that we've seen disconnect. So condolences there for the hopes and dreams. So the hopes and dreams are going to be on this man now in the Lamborghini. The bloody 9, and I tell you what, he's not a bad steer at all. So the Lamborghini's looking good. Yeah, disconnected. That's just a shame. One of those things, though. You can sit back now with a cup of tea, enjoy the race. And look at the bloody 9. That should put a smile on your face, Stu. 0.3 up in the second sector. So he's catching now the Real BS, who's sort of now dropping down a little bit as these other drivers have now been able to pass him. He was leading the pack there for quite a while. But we've still got Tweak now. He's got a 3-second margin on Rusty. So that move around the outside at the start of the race was exactly what Tweak needed. He's got the pace. If he didn't make that pass, he'd probably be still caught behind Rusty, I would say. But he's now been able to really stretch his legs with a clean air. And the first man that he may come up to is Bales McKenzie. We saw the front of that Porsche just did not look good in any shape or form earlier in the race. The same time that Longy as well visited pit lane. So both these two cars are on the mission. And that's a good thing about endurance racing. It's never over. Like, it's a long race. There's still over 2 hours remaining. Yes, it's disheartening. Longy's probably a driver that would rather be amongst those top 3 or 4 battling, but he's done a lot of endurance racing on ACC, so he knows what it's all about, and he'll just hopefully knuckle in, keep it on this lead lap. Possibility of a safety car, which will bring him back into the field. So it's all there to play for. Lucas Harvey, we'll have a look at what he's up to. He's obviously going well for the AMS Oz Purebred Racing in 17th. Now he's the youngest driver in the grid. I believe don't want to say an age, but I think that he would still need to ask his parents to watch an M-rated movie, maybe. He might be of age. But yeah, fine young fella. And hopefully he can get his dad to drive the second car for round 2 for the 6 hours of Spa. If work will let him do that, I'm sure that Brock will try and do everything he can to convince his boss that, hey, I've got a sim race to do. Show him the clips of this race. Show him how exciting it can be on a Monday night. And we've got Gun 180 now pestering Esky Man for 5th position. This is turning to be a very intense battle. How long can Esky sustain this pressure from the 2 BMWs? Oh, look, Gunner's just going to set him up here, and I think No Frills will benefit because Esky may be a bit frazzled when Gunner makes this move. Oh, there we just seen a big lose from Esky Man. So he's off the wall, though. He didn't get the wall. So he's just rejoining now. And, oh, there we go. That's Bo Kane just coming through now into position 9. So he's made a spot up. And we've had another disconnect, unfortunately. Now we've got 18. So that looks like it's actually was Bales has bailed out. So things aren't very good there for Bappo Racing after Shepo couldn't make it either. And there he is. He's in pit lane. So as he retired, he obviously not disconnected. So I can't get onto him, but he was definitely in pit lane, Bales. So that's unfortunate for that man, as he was fighting to try and stay on the lead lap. But let's get back up here. So Gunn made that move, and now he's under extreme attack still from No Frills in this BMW. So no love lost here from the manufacturers. They want glory. So these are the, I believe, Rusty's actually the leading BMW. So we've got Gunner's teammate, Rusty, in 2nd position, currently running around there in the number 25. And there's Gunner in 5th position. There's that bump. It'll knock your back of your teeth out. There's a nice little battle happening here with Travis Moan, actually. And left, with Truey. So the 2 black cars, they're not teammates. We've got, I think Travis Moan is in the, what's he, in the Lamborghini. So he's Team Kiwi Racing. Cuckoo's up in 3rd position, his teammate. And Truey is in the BMW, I believe. And that's with TNF Racing with No Frills, who is currently holding 6th position, putting a lot of pressure on Gunner at this stage. So as you can see in the chat there, it looks like Bales lost connection to his wheel. So frustrating hardware issues. And look at Gunner. He's I was going to say that he looked like he locked up. There was a bit of a puff of smoke, and No Frills really closed in on him on that chicane. On that hairpin. Sorry for having a drink during my commentary, but someone needs a bit of fluids. It is water. Pixel Boy in the pit lane now. Is this for damage or is this scheduled? So ×2 tyre wear and fuel. So we've been running now for 27, 28 minutes. So this could be a scheduled stop for fuel on his strategy. He may have a strategy. Some drivers like to work backwards to what they need. So they basically know how much fuel they're going to need at the end and make sure they've got enough and then work their way from there. There's always different ways people work out. So definitely a scheduled stop. So he's getting that fuel in. And listen to this takeoff. So you got the hybrid take it off the battery, and then boom, the normal combustion engine takes off. How good does that sound? Not bad, hey? So you want to get yourself these DLC cars if you don't already have them. The endurance pack. They're absolutely a ball of joy to drive. I've only given them a little go, but they are a lot. They put a smile on your dial, that's for sure. So when are the leaders going to pit? So let's have a look to see if Tweak's going to hold the inside and come into pit lane here, or no, he's going to do another lap. So I think they've been told if they're coming into pit lane, they need to hold the inside. So I think Tweak just then got his fastest lap. Let's have a little look to see. Yeah, that last lap was Tweak's fastest lap, a 1:45.883 in race trim. Thank you very much. Now, that is sensational. Look at that that second sector, I think, 37.8. The final, 36.7. So, pretty impressive by Tweak. Getting that fastest lap early in this race on lap 15. We've got... see, No Frills is actually doing laps a little bit faster than... Gunner, so he's got that pace, but he's just got to get past him. So the scheduled stops are starting to happen now, so it looks like it's going to happen around every 28 minutes or so. These guys are going to have to visit the pits. That's if they're running a full tank. And there could be 4 to 5 stops in this race. So in comes Tweak. So will Rusty reply, or is he going to go for another lap? So the BMW has got some fuel numbers, so this could be a telling factor as well. And that was a 0.2. That was almost his fastest lap for Rusty. So he's pushing. He's definitely not conserving fuel. So Gunner stays out. So the BMWs are all staying out. So there's a story already developing in this endurance race. Oh, and that's a story. No Frills almost getting into the back of Gun, but it looks like the BMWs have definitely got a little bit better fuel consumption, though. Eskimo in the Porsche, he stayed out. The Alpine's coming in for left. Travis in the Lambo, I think, is coming in. And there's another BMW of Truey going through. So they're going to be able to hold out that little bit longer. That may just be a little bit less fuel by the end of the race, which may just help Rusty with his battle against Tweak, who's still in pit lane. Oh, he's just moving out now. So you can see where the pit lane ends there, the yellow bollard. So off he goes. So he resumes in 6th position. So let's keep an eye here now on Rusty. I would assume that he will be coming in this lap, but if they can get another lap, this will bode very well for his race. And they do. The BMW's around again. And point two off his fastest lap. So that's just a telltale sign that he's very consistent on his laps. And he's not trying to hold off any fuel at the moment, trying to conserve fuel with those sort of numbers. But these two have come in, so they've decided to come in where looks like Rusty's probably trying to extend it that little bit more now. Is that because he's using his battery management? And, well, look at this. First sector, fastest sector of his laps that he's done. Not necessarily the fastest lap, it's based off his fastest lap. So they do have the option to have an automatic deployment of the battery, or you can do it manually. So I'm not too sure. Using the battery, you'd think wouldn't actually make you use more fuel. So using the battery, so I'm not too sure how this is all working with fuel economy for Rusty. But Eski stayed out in the Porsche too. Tweak's already pitted, so he's the man that we're going to see where he is once Rusty pits. So let's keep an eye on Rusty. He's coming up towards the Bloody Nine and Bocane, but they've already pitted. It looks like he's coming in this time around. He's hugging the inside here. He's washed pace off. So here he comes. In he comes. So he's hit the pit lane. And Tweak is just out of the hairpin. So it's going to be close. And I'm assuming the Porsche of Eski will be in as well. Here he comes. So the pit crew, the Ghost pit crew are working hard. So here comes Tweak coming onto the back straight, and it looks like Rusty. No, I thought I saw Rusty moving. No, he's not. To me, it looks like. Oh, Eski Man was the one still moving. So that's Longy coming out of pit lane. So I don't know if he was in there earlier, but let's have a look at Tweak. Here comes Tweak. And he's going to make that. Rusty is moving. There he goes. But Tweak has made that move. And it looks like he's going to have that gap extended. So he went in there with about a 4 sec, just a 3 to 4 second margin, I believe. And if that's true, that's saying about 6.5, maybe a bit more, because he's going to have cold tyres too. So that's going to extend out even more. So Simon is just getting out of the way, doing the right thing to let Rusty through. And Longy's just still on the lead lap. The last car on the lead lap, I believe, in 15th at the moment. So he'll be trying to see if he can just stay that... a little bit in front here if he can. As the numbers start dropping out, the chances of a safety car get less, which is a good thing. We don't need a safety car. It's good to see this all-out battle without the intervention of a safety car if we can. And look at this. I think if we're looking at right, I think maybe... Yeah, Cuckoo is just leading away in that black car. So coming up to Lucas Harvey, I think that is. Yes, it is. So Lucas Harvey getting out of the way. Nice job as the battle there is just intensifying. And Petey's thinking, just moving around behind Cuckoo, becoming a nuisance. Look at No Frills. No Frills has got some pace as well. He's caught up to the back of these two fairly quickly after these pit stops as well. So Gun's all the way down to 11th. So something's happened to Gunner. Oh, he was behind, well, actually in front of No Frills. And let's just have a look to see if there's any damage on his car. Doesn't look to be on the back part. The front seems all right to us. So, yeah, let's go back to third with Cuckoo running for Team Kiwi. Have a look at the map with all the bunched up cars. There's not much between them all. First and second have cleared out. It's looking a little bit foggy on my end, or a little bit misty at least. And here goes No Frills thinking about it. You can see the different lines everyone's taking. Cuckoo's just kept like a rotation just around the outside of the main bump, and these guys are trying to duck down the inside away from the bump. You can't really avoid it. You do cop it, but you know when you get right over the middle of it. How's this for frantic racing on a Monday night? I tell you what, the person I wouldn't like to be is Petey, right in the middle, trying to keep eyes forward. But how can you when you got No Frills right behind you? Trying to have a look down the inside here. Here he goes. Will he get it? Oh, it's tight. It's very tight indeed. Have a bit of dirt there, Petey, says No Frills. No Frills still sticking around the inside here, and if he can get around the outside here, he's going to have the inside. Tricky corner here, you got to pull it up. You see many cars sort of drift out here, outbrake themselves, but well done to No Frills. He set that up on Petey. Out of the first corner, had a good run. So No Frills doing it for TNF Racing. Up into fourth position with a solid move in the BMW. And his teammate, Truey, not too far away actually in 12th position, to be honest. So they're looking fairly strong at this stage. So this is a nice little battle actually between Lucas and Travis Moan. I thought they were a little bit closer than what it was saying, but it's about 2 seconds the margin, I think. And left has come into pit lane. Oh, that's wide. Here, how much he had to come off the throttle then, Lucas. So left's come in just in that Alpine. Looks like it's a normal scheduled stop for him. Now Bo Kane in 7th position. Started in 13th. He's worked his way up now into 7th position. The Team ANZ CRL. Lapping fairly strong and not too far away from the real BS. So you may not be able to see the time remaining from the banner we've got, but there's an hour 43 minutes remaining of this race. And it will be going into the dark as they do in the 12 hour in real life for Sebring. So the battle, oh, here we go. What's happening here? Esky man. Oh, someone's really wide. That's Gunn. He was really, really wide. And that's the 47. Is that, trying to think who that might be. A Lamborghini. Kiwi. Could be Travis Moan. It is Travis Moan. So he was able to move in front. Well, he's not in front, but he with a Gun going wide on the exit of the final corner. He'd be blue flagged here at the moment, Travis Moan. So I don't think Gun would be too happy with Travis at this stage because that's a battle just in front with Esky Man. So Travis has to behave himself here. Or is it because Travis has got some... Look, I'll take that back. Look, Travis is actually trying to get back onto the lead lap of these drivers. And that's why he's doing it. So, well done to him. So let's just see how he progresses here. If he can get through and make this move on Esky in the Porsche for Newcastle Racing. Oh. But as it normally is with a blue flag, if he can't make this move fairly soon, he should yield and let the faster car through. But it does look Travis is very speedy. So obviously something's gone on with Travis. Gunner's really getting a little bit frustrated behind here. This is where Gunner needs to just keep his leveled head here. Not only are you, risking, you start running a bit wide, you can find that grass, it could loop you around fairly easy, or, you burn your tyres up a bit. Hey, Max, welcome. Hopefully you're feeling better. I heard that you're recovering from a little accident of some sort, so hopefully you can get back in the sim rig shortly. And a real your car here is your teammate is running in 6th position, Max, for the Power BS Racing. So he had a massive train behind him at the start of the race and drove very, very well with a lot of fast drivers. Not saying that the real BS isn't a fast driver because he's in 6th position, so he's fast enough. But he had to, keep his driving the car well. He drove it straight, and the faster drivers found it hard to get past and through, and they eventually did. But he's been able to make up a few positions during the round of pit stops as well. So good strategy and doing really well in the number 1 Power BS racing car, Cadillac. Putting a lot of pressure on Cuckoo. So Cuckoo's fallen off the pace as well a little bit. And the Hopes and Dreams car is in 8th position. So Stu had a disconnect, unfortunately. And we also lost Bales to hardware issue. So Bales in Bappo Racing, the Porsche, yellow Porsche, is no longer on track. His teammate Shepo didn't make the start of the race either, so an early exit for those guys. But this is very good. This is the real BS really wrestling this Cadillac around Sebring and the bumps. And as you said, Max, doing an absolute awesome job. And you can see how Cuckoo just takes a wider line. These drivers are happy to go over the bumps, make up a bit of ground as we're right on board the real BS. And as time goes, a lot of these drivers, if they haven't had a lot of seat time, you start getting used to the car, getting comfortable in these endurance races as well. So it bodes well for the rest of the season too. It's going to go right through the year, 6 races. Big effort by Pixel Boy and Gravel Trap Legends supporting this fantastic idea, and it keeps the drivers, well, the teams really, to make sure that they field their cars to try and get that car, because it's not a driver's, I believe it's just the car. It's the car's championship. So like it is in the WEC series, WEC, it's the car position. Doesn't matter about the drivers, or it does matter about the drivers, they're getting the points. So if you can field your 2 cars and get those 2 cars to the end of the race, you're going to be in the pointy part of the championship, that's for sure. And I'll do the wash up of the previous round when we get to Spa. So Spa's not until the 7th of April, so knock that down in your diaries. I'll bring up the calendar at the end of the race. But yeah, I'll sort of go through. We'll have the points, where all the teams are, any different drivers filling in. So here you go, so close to that inside wall, and you're just getting that bump. So Cuckoo's looking after his machinery there, but there's a lap on board for Power BS Racing and Max Power. So I hope you enjoyed that, buddy. And he's really giving it now to Cuckoo. We'll stay on this battle. Yeah, that's exactly right. Every 10 laps or so, you'll find the line. That's the line. And then you'll try and do it to replicate it the next lap and hit that big bump. And well, here we go. Down the inside into the hairpin, and Cuckoo just opens it up for him. And lets the real BS up into the top 5 now. So this is a great drive. I really need to take a screenshot of the qualifying results, because I'm not too sure where the real BS did actually start the race. It was in the hyperpole. So there we go. So the leader of the race is Tweak on lap 27. And we're nearing we're actually 50 minutes into this race, of this 2-hour, 24-minute race. So we've been running for 50 minutes. And Tweak has a margin of roughly around about 13 seconds to this man here, Rusty Jakes. Now, I don't know if anyone can confirm, is this Rusty Jakes? Is that, as we know before, as Rusty Caliper? Is that the same driver? As we know, he's a very fast driver. Took out the ANZ CRL V8 Supercar Championship last year, I believe it was. And then down the road further, we got No Frills. 18 seconds, 30 seconds off the lead. And he's been showing a lot of pace. Let's have a little quick look at the timings, actually. So, fastest lap, we actually saw Tweak do that 45.883. I think we just caught him crossing the line where it came up. So, he's still the fastest man out on the circuit for Tweak, but look at the times between Rusty and No Frills. There's nothing in at that previous lap. 47.0782 or 0.75. So No Frills just a fraction faster. Wouldn't even see it on track, those times, but the numbers do show that he's a little bit faster. His best lap time's a little bit faster than Rusty as well. So we'll keep an eye on No Frills. Petey's doing a good times as well, but a little bit slow that previous lap compared to the Real BS who we were doing 47. So, yeah, I think Rusty's actually found the Real BS has actually found his groove at the moment and doing really well as Smithy's come into the pits. Oh, it looks like we've lost another driver somewhere along the line. I don't know if anyone picked that one up. I'm not too sure who it might be. But we have still got long to go around. Bo Kane's coming in for probably a scheduled stop, but it seems is it a bit early? Let's have a look to see if Esky there. Or Esky won't, because we did see the Porsches hang out there for a while. So Esky's going to make that position. And it looks like, yeah, Gunner's still struggling trying to get past Travis Main, because he's Travis in the Lamborghini. So you can see on the map now, it's all really spread out. So you might be thinking, what are these dots? Well, obviously the orange dot where we're going 15, that's obviously the car that we're looking at. And then the red dots are the cars that are a lap in front of you, or they will be a lap in front of you. The grey dots are the cars that are on the same lap as you, and the blue dot are the cars that are a lap down on you. So if we have a look at Tweak, who's leading the race, you can see the blue dots behind him as he's coming into the hairpin on the map, and there's a lot of blue dots there scattered around. So it looks like 7 cars are still on the lead lap at this stage. Actually, when I say that, there's more on the lead lap as they go over the start line. So it's, yeah, we got to wait till they go over the start line. So you'll see there's actually maybe True. Where's Truey? No, Truey's actually fallen a lap down. So there's 9 on the lead lap. Gunner's the last driver that's on the lead lap, just going over the start-finish line now. So Pixel, the man who's created this series, the brainchild, and he's moving now. So Simon Rigby is for Craiglist Racing. He's got his man Tweak leading the race, and he's basically at the back of the field. So how about that? But look, anything can happen. Still a long way to go. He's just got to keep circulating, Simon, and keep picking up the points. We've seen a few people having some hardware issues. And he's on the same lap, obviously, as Pixel Boy and also Smithy. So there's the chance if a safety car comes out, he'll be on the, he'll be up there battling out. And maybe Travis Moan might be. Yeah, Travis Moan's on the same lap. I think. Maybe. Not too sure. So here goes Petey's in. So it's the real man, the real thing. So these are two team cars coming in. No, they're two different ones. So we had the 46 of, who am I looking at? Oh, the 9. For Hopes and Dreams. And then we have Petey in the 63 for Team Arse. Just exiting pit lane now. And not too far behind him is the bloody 9. I mean the real BS. Look at the purple light. Or the pink light as they came into pit lane. So that's pretty cool. Come out pit lane and goes off. So we know Tweak goes in early, so we should see that Rusty may be out now for about an extra 4 to 5 laps. Extending that time, and that'll be less time that he will need for that final stop for fuel if he's got his strategy worked out. So he's just passing the real, actually, yeah, is that the real BS, was it? It sure was. And he's really given it to having a go here at Truey. So they've come out of the pit lane, not too far from one another. And you got Bo Kane who pitted a bit earlier than these two on, tyres that are up to temperature. So he should be able to catch them that little bit as they're still trying to get that temp into those tyres. So Truey's teammate No Frills up in second position at the moment. So the two BMWs are out in front of Rusty and No Frills. Oh, late on the brakes. Can he hold it up? Can he pull it up? He does. What a great move by the real BS. Up into 7th position. Takes that position from Truey. Now he's got about 5 seconds. Petey in front of him. 6 seconds or so. As you can see, just running a little bit deep. But look at Bouquet now. He's now attacking. Will he have a look down the inside? It's a very dicey corner to do it because it's so fast. As we say, they trail brake. They brake at the 100-metre board. And they coast sort of in and just manage their speed as that's Truey going into pit lane. So coming in a little bit earlier than I thought he might have. So Rusty's still staying out. Extending his time out before he comes in for this scheduled stop. We've got an hour 23 minutes remaining. So we've gone past the hour mark. We've been racing for an hour, just over an hour. So will he get one more lap out of here? Maybe get a couple. So we saw this before where he starts, Rusty almost starts getting his fastest lap right near the end of the stint. So the tyres must be in okay conditions with the ×2 tyres. The fuel's at ×2, so that's why we're seeing them pit earlier than normal. So anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes, depending on their fuel burn. And it looks like Rusty's coming now. So we should see Esky in the Porsche. He's staying out for a fair way as well, but Tweak's the man. And we should see him get through fairly comfortably, like we did for the first round of pit stops. Because he had a bigger margin this time around too, so. So it looks like Rusty's just moving now out of pit lane. And we can see now that also Esky's coming into pits. And Tweak is just passing the BMW now. So there's a change of the lead again. And this time he's passed him with a little bit more of a gap. So what's happening with Cuckoo here now in the Team Kui Racing for the Lamborghini? He's got a bit of a battled up nose that's been punched in a little bit by the looks of things there. So this is for positions for left, so he's trying to get left here to get up into the top 10. So we'll have a look at the different lines here. Oh, hang on. He's actually gone very wide for, but left he's come back down the inside, so a tighter line. So look at those two different lines they had, and left has been able to, you thought left was running wide. He's been able to crisscross mid-corner and still keep hold of that 10th position. And the Alpine, oh, and Cuckoo's run wide at turn 1. Got his braking wrong. So the lone Alpine of Team Triple R left, and well, there was, and Smithy's in 13th, so Smithy's doing a good job too. So Longie's been on a big recovery drive after an early, you can see damage on the back wing. on lap 2, I think it was. Lap 2 or 3. So he's behind Cuckoo by a margin of 20 seconds by the looks of those on the map there. So where's the 11th car? So yeah, 11th car is actually still following left. So long he's got a possibility of making the top 10 maybe. There are now 17 remaining. So it's good to see his good mate Gun 180 still running around too as a reserve driver, filling in with the BMW team WTF with Rusty. So at this rate, they're probably going to be leading. Just trying to have a look. We've got Rusty and Gun. So that's 2nd and 8th. Tweak and Simon. So Tweak is in 1st, Simon's in 17th. No Frills. He's in the TNF racing with Truey. And Truey is in 14th. So probably a bit of a margin there. We know the real BS is missing his good mate Max, so that's not going to help them. Bocane and Longy for Team ANZ CRL. And now who's Petey driving with in the number 63? Oh, that's right, that's Team Arse with Pixel Boy. Pixel Boy in 15. So at this stage, looks like Rusty and Gun at this stage leading the way for the BMW team WTF on points. So this is where it's important to fill both those cars up with your drivers to get your best result. Then after that, though Tweak's getting major points, Simon's getting points right down to 17th. I think that we may be seeing possibility of Team ANZ CRL or maybe No Frills in the TNF racing. Possible. So that's how interesting it is. We've obviously got Cuckoo and Travis Moan, so they're 10th and 16th. So Travis Moan, they've both got punched in noses by the look of it. Oh, he's got a punched in right hand headlight, whereas Cuckoo's just been given a good whack in the snoz, really. So he's is this the two teammates? We got Chewy and No Frills actually. So No Frills already passed his teammate. So Esky Man is still making inroads. Is he making inroads? Let's have a look to see what his last lap was. No, it looks like Gun's pulling away. 1:15 previous lap compared to the 16, I think. Is that right? Don't know if that's all. It's all changed, isn't it? No, it's reading the same thing. So they're not doing. That's a bug there. I've just realised that they've got the duplicates of the laps. So laps 37 and 37 laps on the totem board. They're reading the same thing. There used to be the actual lap times used to come up. So we'll have a little look at the timings. Just have a little look to see Gun and Esky Man. So no, there was nothing in it. Eski's got a 10-second penalty. So last lap, Gunn was about 0.2 of a second faster, you could say, to Eski. So let's have a look. What else has got a 10? Smithy's got a 10-second penalty. Oh, Simon, what are you doing? 52nd. Got to be careful you don't get a DNF. That's maybe pit lane speeding. What do you reckon, viewers? I'd say that's what that is. All right, trying to pick up some battles here as we get into an hour 12 remaining. And I can still see something getting very exciting between Tweak and Rusty late in this race. Rusty's going for the longer runs to try mitigate the time he's going to be sitting in pit lane for that final pit stop for fuel. I'm not too sure how much you're going to save in time, but there will be a saving there. So anyone been watching from the start, is there been anyone that you can say that's sort of done well so far, that have been just consistently moving around? Smithy's been doing good. Have to give it to him in 12th position. He got 20 seconds before he can get to Longy. So Longy's made the inroads there, but Longy's out of sequence with pit stops as well. So Smithy will get Longy there. But by the end of the race, who knows? And just puts out his fastest lap of the race, Smithy. So he's pushing there, 49.017. So not the fastest driver out there. And when I say that, so this is why I think Smithy's doing so well. When you have a look at that, his best lap time is the lowest time from everyone. But at this current stage here, he's actually he's lapping faster than True and Pixel that previous lap. So the consistent laps is keeping him there in 12th position. So you don't always necessarily have to be the fastest man out there to pick up a good result. You got to just be steady. That's the name of the game. So I've just realised who was actually the driver, because we haven't seen him for a while, is Lucas. Unfortunately, from AMS Oz Purebred Racing. So their race has ended early, quite a while back. So that's unfortunate for the young fella. But when you look down these names around here, they're a good core group of GTL. They sort of show up week in, week out on a Monday night. And they'll try and see it to the end if they can, as long as there's no hiccups along the way. So let's just have a look at 9 and 8 at the top of our map there. That is Esky Man and Gunner again. Oh, excuse me, sorry. And there's about a 2-second margin. Now, I think it's time that we listen to the Porsche for a bit. I've been enjoying that, guys, while I try and clear my throat. Okay, I'm back. So we are on board here of Eskimo in this Porsche. Doing it all for Newcastle Racing. Chasing Gunner just up in front of him. And it does look like he's slowly bringing that gap, reducing that gap down. And there looks like a bit of lap traffic up ahead as well. He's on a charge, isn't he? Look at this. 0.08 off his fastest lap. Bo Kane pits in from out of 5th position for Team ANZ CRL. So he's worked his way up from 13th up to 5th. That pit stop there. So hope you enjoy that time in the Porsche with the Newcastle Racing car of Eskimo in Mustang sampling sponsored car. And it does look like to me that the overcast, misty skies have passed us now. And we're now starting to look towards the sunset. And so where we'll start looking at what they call Sunset Corner too, where it just shines in the eyes. Pixel in 14th, and Travis Moan's not too far away from him. And we saw how hard Travis Moan was working in front of Gunner only about 20 minutes ago, staying in front of Gun, being blue flag. So maybe Travis Moan. Let's bring up the timings. This is probably the easiest thing for us, and have a look what the previous lap. He did a 48. And Pixel did a 49.8, so almost a second faster. And Truey's in the 50s, and so is Smithy. So something went wrong there with Smithy. He did a 50.4 there. So let's keep an eye here. Let's go on the roof here bouncing around. We're lucky the camera stayed on the roof then. And we can just see just up in front here, Pixel Boy going into the first corner. Just think of the concentration these guys have had to put into. They're basically doing, 2 hours 24 minutes, but in real life that's a double stint and a bit. When they do it in real life. So look at that sun starting to glare in their eyes. They come straight up into this hairpin, which must be the sunset corner, obvious reasons. So how long can Pixel hold on to this 14th position? He's got a very fast charging Travis Moan that we're on board with. He's doing it for Team Kui Racing. He knows Cuckoo is up the order a bit in the top 10, running 9th at the moment. So Smithy's in pit lane. Or could this be Sunset Corner into the final one? Oh, who knows? I think it's a hairpin. So as a driver, you love this when you can see that you're catching in, you're reeling in the opposition. Especially when you've been running around on your own for a while. You start seeing the fruits of your labour. That ache in your back, the sore shoulder that you've been experiencing running on your own, lap after lap. Finally, you start seeing your chance to make another position. Those pain all of a sudden just disappear as you get excited for this possible overtake. Now it all comes down to car placement, doing the right thing. Once you get side by side to the car in front. Just backing off a bit on the bumper cam now. That's a little bit too much for the visuals, I reckon, your eyes. Let's just see what happens. So I probably won't be on this actually to go through this corner. It'll be a little bit how you're going with the bouncing. But here we go. Will he have a look down on the exit? Look how tight of the line he's done round the inside here. Geez, they get close to that wall. So 44 laps in the bank. As we've got a, I think that might be the real BS. Yes, it is in pit lane. So we've got Lambo versus Lambo. And it looks like Travis Moan is going to get easy work done here down the inside. Can anyone correct me? Is that Sunset Corner? There's a couple of viewers, but can you let me know? Is that hairpin Sunset Corner or is it the final corner? So Travis Moan up into 13th position now. And Longy's in pit lane. So he's going to have to probably pit another twice, like another 2 times. He's not going to get to the end with one unless he fuel conserve. I don't think they're getting 30 minutes out of a tank. So with an hour to go right now of the race, Longy may just have to do that one extra pit stop due to that earlier incident where he had to come in for repairs. But looking at this battle here, the 9. Oh, he's coming in the pit lane. So, Gunner's hit the wall on exit. That probably wouldn't have hurt his car, though, those side glances, but he did hit the wall. Pushing hard. So, here we go, the BMWs. And I think, who's that? That's Longy coming out of pit lane behind him. And we got tweaking. So the leader of the race is coming for the pit stop. So this actually may work for actually Longy. I was saying before that he may have to pit twice, like 2 more times. There's a possibility this is what's going to happen here for the leader as well. And this is where Rusty comes into play with the extended laps I've been talking about. May just see him only needing to pit once more because he'll stay out now for another probably 4 laps, maybe 3 laps or so. Maybe not 4 laps because of his fuel burn. So that's going to take the clock down. So hold on to your seats, guys, all the way to the end. Do not leave us because the race is not over between Rusty and Tweak. So a little bit of genius work here from Rusty maybe of this fuel conserving, or the BMW's fuel economy I should say, because they've been good. So is the I think there was the Porsche before as well. Who was that? Was it Esky? Esky's the other driver that can normally stay out for a little bit longer, but I think he came in a bit early one stop and didn't extend. So let's just see if he goes around again. He probably should be able to. Yes, he does. Oh, it sure is, Max. That's what I said to the drivers. While I'm getting readied up during the practice, I said the last half an hour is where these endurance races really, really shine. You're going to get little bits of exciting parts throughout the race, obviously, but everything falls into place when you got cars on different strategies, as we have seen here with Rusty. So let's just see. So that's one extra lap already. And right on cue, he's just lapping so consistent to his fastest lap near the end of his stint too. So he may just think that he can get to the end here with just this one more stop that he's going to come in for. No frills has come in early though in the BMW, so his economy, he's only getting that one extra lap. But at the start of the race, he actually got about 2 extra laps compared to Tweak. So either he's just coming in early or knowing that maybe he's not going to get to the end with one more stop. So he's thought, well, might as well come in now, get those fresh tyres on. But Rusty, I think he's aiming to extend this stint out as long as he can. And this is where AMS2 devs, please, we need to have some sort of dash where we can actually see the real fuel level, because we know for a fact he's not on 56 litres of fuel at this stage of the race, of this stint. There's no way in the world. We really need this dash to be working for us in the wheel, more than just the speedo and the RPMs. Be great to have tyre pressure, everything that the driver can see, we should be able to see. Or just have another HUD up somewhere where it just gives us live data. Maybe even how many laps the tyres have run. Or tyre wear would be good, so we can actually see tyre wear. So there is fastest lap of the race for Rusty, or his fastest lap. And that's 2 extra laps he's done now over Tweak as the sun goes down. What a great layout this is, Sebring. So all eyes is on Rusty at the moment. He's done 2 extra laps. Will he get a 3rd extra lap? So we'll soon find out if he's going to be coming in this lap or he's going to extend it. So what do we say? There's 2 extra laps or 3 extra laps so far? I think there was 2. So this, if he goes again, it'll be 3. So he's definitely still keeping it on the hammer. And fastest lap, so he's not trying to fuel conserve. So I'm really thinking that he knows. I think he's got the right number to be able to, because when you think about it, when he's in pit lane 2, he's eaten time out of this timer. So the thing that's going to kill him, well, I won't say kill him because we don't want anyone to be killed, but the one thing that might hurt him is if there's that 1 extra lap, depending when the leader crosses the line. So if he's leading at the time, he might be able to manage that depending how much of a lead he might have on Tweak. If Tweak has to do those 2 stops, or Tweak has to have 1 extra stop. I don't think he's going to get to the end. So he's already stopped Tweak. So he's chasing. And once Rusty goes in for his pit stop, we'll see Tweak regain the lead of this race. But he does have to pit again. Rusty's aiming, so he's backed out here, 0.9 there, unless he had a moment while we weren't watching him. But he's almost a second off his... actually, no, that was actually Tweak's time. We got that, so he's 0.1 off his fastest time, which he set only the previous lap. So he is absolutely killing his in-laps, you could say. And this is what good drivers do as well. You always hear about them pushing on their in-laps and also their out-laps. But out-laps, you've got to be careful, obviously with the cold tyres. But he's trying to make the most of he can. And seeing him do this means that he's not trying to save too much fuel. So here he comes. So by the time he leaves pit lane here, there's going to just be on 50 minutes or so. There's 51 minutes and 40 seconds remaining now. So a pit stop's going to take just over a minute. So there'll probably be 50 minutes and 30 seconds roughly. There's going to be a tight call to see if Rusty can make it to the end. That's the only way I think that he can win this race. So here he goes, and Rusty's just moving now, so Tweak has taken the lead once again. And Simon Rigby's still doing a good job there in 17th, so going to get those valuable points for Craig List Racing. Haven't seen much of, I have seen Petey a bit, but look, where's Petey? Is he chasing down Bo Kane? Bo Kane is 6 seconds up the road. And Bo Kane's doing a great job for Team ANZ CRL. And Longy is actually looking to be catching Cuckoo as well. So we know Cuckoo needs to pit again, as does Longy, to get to the end. So this is going to be a all-out fight for a top 10 for Longy. He actually started the race in 3rd position, I know that much. You can see the remnants of the damage on the rear wing. We missed what actually happened, but I'm assuming he backed it into the wall of turn 1 or something like that. So any ANZ CRL viewers watching, hello. And make sure that you cheer home your drivers. We got Longy in 11th. And we got Bo Kane currently running 5th position. And he is trying to chase down Max Power's teammate, the Real BS, who's 10 seconds up the road. Let's have a look at the timings between these lot. Bo Kane, previous lap, just a little bit slower than the Real BS. And their best lap times, well, Bo Kane has got a slither bit faster than what the Real BS is. But it's really about the previous lap is the thing. But have a look at that. Petey, exactly the same time as Bo previous lap. But he's got that little bit of extra pace overall, if he can extract it from his car. So Petey will be trying to do what he can in the Team Us Lamborghini to try and catch Bo Kane if he can. Now, I believe it was on times 5 time progression So we're definitely going to see the night fall as the we're getting that nice golden glow now of the sunset. I don't think there's a better looking or prettier game out there at the moment, to be honest. Especially the way it can run on, you know, medium to low end sort of PCs to still get these great visuals as well. You don't need a really high end PC to run Automo Ballista 2. It is obviously good if you can, but look, you don't need to. The settings on low still look fantastic. So headlights go on for Petey just as he came around that corner. Bo Kane's just getting up to try and put a lap, I think. Is this no, it's not Travis Moe. No, it's not Travis. Oh, here we go. A few more pit stops coming in. Now, these boys aren't going to get to the end. They're going to have a little splash and dash, I believe. We haven't seen anyone do 40 plus minutes on a tank. Now, have a look at Esky Man on the charge towards the bloody 9 in front of him. Look at that sun. Now this is a battle. We got Gunner just in front of the bloody 9, and you've got Esky Man trailing. Oh, the bloody 9 runs wide. Oh, no, and you're on board here. Big accident. Big accident here out of turn 2. And away he goes. Or turn 1, was it? Exit of turn 1. So it looks like he didn't get too much damage out of that. He'll get a bit of front end. Yeah, look at even the rear. You can see I think it's the right rear lights out on the wing as well. So there'll be a bit of aero there. Damage the right part of the car. But let's get back to this battle here, because this is a battle for 7th position. Exactly, he's lucky, yeah, the wing still stayed on. That's the last thing you want, is one of the wings dropping off one of these cars. So aero dependent. Are we brave to sit in on the bumper here through the bumpiest part of the track? Let's do it. Oh, how's your teeth rattling away? Thanks, boss. Do my little bit. I love this game, love this community, love my own community as well. Don't mind having a bit of a chin wag at the same time. So here we go. Look at the bumper cam. Lucky this one's straight, this bumper. Well, I think it's straight. We've seen Cuckoo's one's had a big punch in the nose. How's this for a run up to... Oh, look at this dive by the bloody 9. There's a touch. There's side glancing. Gunner's trying to get the power on, but look at the drive that the bloody 9 had in the Lamborghini. There was no loss of traction from those rear wheels. He's got his traction control probably set perfect. Gunner just got on that power too early, and he had to hold on to that slide. But look at Gun now. Oh, this is great driving by these two great drivers. Gunner just gave them a little bit of a tap going into that corner. But look, they're still pointing the right way, still fighting around the outside. Was that a touch? No way, around the outside by Gunner to take the inside. Unbelievable fight here for position 7 and 8 with 42 minutes remaining. Gunner's going to have the inside coming into the final corner, and not by much. You can see that they can't see through their visors, that the sun's just shining in their eyes. And moves done by Gunn, but the bloody nine's back at him. Trying down the inside of turn 1. Can he make it stick? Oh, almost. Gunner's out on the grass. This is what we saw with Esky before. Esky went around, but the Gun stayed on track, or came back onto the track. And look at the bar area. We've got a little bit of a Florida bar going with the palm trees. We'll try and pick that up next time around. Oh, who says endurance racing can be boring? You just got to be in the right spot at the right time. And it is a real test to all drivers just to get to the end of these races as well. So everyone, the 17 drivers still rotating with 41 minutes remaining. They've already won. They've won their race if they can get to the end. Oh, that was some great driving by two really, really strong drivers. Respectful drivers as well. But look, the bloody nine's going to come back. I think he's just having a breather, just like I need one. Now we're going to start. Have a look now. The brake lights sometimes glow from on the back of the track as well. This is how good I just love the visuals, how this happens. And sometimes you get, if I get on them sometimes on the bonnet, on the roof I mean, maybe not so much with the headlights now going, but sometimes you get the reflection of the lights hitting the front of the car as well. The trailing car. Oh, a little mistake there. So you can see Esky still going fast, even with that slight damage he got with the rear of his car. So that side glance, I'd say that he's got just maybe a little bit of error. Oh, he's nearly running wide. Who was that before in the Porsche? That's none of the Porsches running wide. That's Tweak. So Tweak's pushing hard because he knows Rusty may be the driver that may be able to get to the end without pitting. Actually, no, he's going to have to pit. Sorry. No, he only has to pit once more, where Rusty might have to pit twice. So we're going to have to see when Rusty goes. So I was all over the shop before there with the time. So Rusty definitely has to pit again. But Tweak may have to do two, like a splash and dash. Do you see that blue flame coming out of the exhaust then? I saw it on my screen. Not too sure if it come out on the Twitch. I got the resolution down a bit, but yeah, that blue flame's looking real pretty coming out of the back of that car. So the leader of the race coming up to this crazy battle in front that's sort of just calmed down for a little bit. So I'll try and pick up this little Florida bar. You'll see the little palm trees, the fake palm trees, and they got lights now shining. Oh, here we go. Gets this move done, I think. So just coming up here, I think, maybe. There it is, on there, just there. On our bottom right it was. It's only quick. Maybe on board. Let's go to Rusty. Go on board. let's see if we can see those people enjoying a drink here on our right-hand side. There it is on the right there. No, you can just see the green lights, but you can't quite see it. So if Tweak needs to pit twice, like with a little splash, he's going to have to come in very shortly. We're only guessing here with how he's going with his fuel numbers. I haven't really been paying too much attention of how long he gets to run on a full tank. But he did, I believe he pitted with an hour remaining of the race. I think it was somewhere around there. So he hasn't been running for 30 minutes yet. If anyone can correct me, I'm not too sure when he pitted last. Anyone can remember if it was around that hour to go or if it's just a little bit more. Obviously, you can't see the timer remaining, unfortunately, with the banner that we got up. And I think I did talk about it, but I just can't. My mind is just not there to remember. This is Gunner just in front of him, so he's about to put 6th place a lap down. So the real BS is in. Now we saw them coming in and we saw Tweak coming in fairly shortly. So maybe maybe not this lap, but the next one. So Bo Kane, I think he's pitted. I just saw him in 11th there. Longy's up in 9th. So Longy, I didn't see that. Longy actually just got Cuckoo. We've just missed that. But Longy looks like he's coming in the pits. So this should be his final one. If he can get that 34 minutes, it's going to be tight. I just don't think that they can. On a normal fuel, with a normal fuel burn, I don't think they can get an hour running. I think they're just under an hour. Look at the back of that car. It's only holding on by a bit of, probably some cable ties. Oh, drops off. Let's see what happens when he takes off. Might come back to that. So Cuckoo holds on. Back on to 8th. So where's the real BS? He's about 14 seconds behind Cuckoo. There's a battle still going on between these two. With Esky Man now catching the bloody 9 for Newcastle Racing. So I tell you what, Tweak's going to get very close to maybe just getting through with only that one more pit stop. I mean, just this last pit stop. I still think if he might need to do 2 more laps to be safe. If he pits this lap, it's going to be very touch and go. Getting to the end. Just on board Esky Man at the moment, chasing down the bloody 9 for 5th spot. Oh, here we go. Yes, that's it. So the Hopes and Dreams car just in front. Oh, of Newcastle Racing, and Stu said to back off. And I tell you what, I think Esky had a bit of a brown pants moment there and had to back off fairly quickly. He was seeing that wall come up pretty quick. But here we go, Tweak's in. So this is what I'm saying. I don't know. It's going to be close, isn't it? If it was an hour that he pitted last time, he just didn't quite get 30 minutes, but he's going to come out. There's 30 minutes and 45 seconds remaining, guys. So he will, if he's taken 30 minutes to do a stint, he will get there. But the thing is, depending when they cross the line, when the timer goes out, he just may not be able to do that extra lap. So I'm trying to sell some drama here, guys. But Rusty, back in lead of the race. We know that he's only going to have to, he'll be right. He's obviously got to pit once more. I did say before that was it. He didn't have to pit, but kept forgetting that he had to pit once, and we were talking about Tweak needing the 2. So it'll be the short pit stop, but again, it's a bit of a drag down pit lane. And there'll be enough for Rusty to take the lead of the race if Tweak needs that splash and dash at the end of the race. So on board the BMW M Power, M Motorsport. And obviously Vipron's not with us, but they've got the fill-in driver of Gun, 180. He's currently in 4th position, but he obviously has to pit again. So that'll drop him down the order a little bit. But Gun's doing a good job. For all the guys missed the race and wish they could be in the race, this is probably the fun part where the sun's just starting to go down. I'd tell you what, the lights on the signs and, you know, all the lights in the buildings and the caravans and stuff, fairy lights that people have got hanging up around the place. It's a great visual. Credit to Automobilista 2, who are doing such a fine job with these night transitions. I believe the Sebring 12 hour in real life is just around the corner as well, which should be fairly interesting. I'm sure a few of the sim racers out there will be tuning into the real thing. A lot of the iRacers will be out doing the iRacing event. So in comes Gun and also No Frills, they're in. And we'll see Rusty stay up probably for another lap after this as well. So that's how good his economy is. That will see him definitely to the end without any issue at all. So you can see now that the rear wing has dropped off Longy's car, but there's a little bug for AMS2 if they want to see our replay. Any of the Riser guys watching the live stream, hello if you are. But obviously Longy got his rear wing fixed earlier in the race, about lap 3. And we saw in the pit stop it was dangling when he got lifted up, and then once he was up off on the jacks it just fell off. But looking at his pace, he's definitely got the rear wing in his car. Of course, there's no way he'll get around this first corner, pushing like he is, without a rear wing. Look how late on the brakes they are. Unbelievable. So there's a little bit of a visual bug. Okay, so and his teammate Bo Kane up in 6th position, right on the Power BS Racing car. So we got the 2 Cadillacs going at it. Now, are they the leading Cadillacs? I think they are. They sure are, because the AMS Oz Purebred Racing of Lucas Harvey retired some time ago. So there's only these, there's 3 Cadillacs. There's the one for Power BS Racing who's just in front now, this car. And the 2 of the team ANZ CRLs, one for Bo Kane, just behind, and Longy, who is currently in 10th position, just in front of Cuckoo again. And it looks like the bloody 9. Here he goes on Petey. These are the 2 Lambos. Look at that for a shot. Not the same team. 2 separate ones. We've got the hopes and dreams of the bloody 9 and Petey in the team arse. Yeah, unfortunately though, Max, with that comment about the driver swaps, I just can't see it ever happening in this game. Single player, yes, it could probably work a little bit better, even though they do have it in there now. I don't think it works as good as it could. But I just can't see with a lobby stability how you can have an extra, say for example, here's 17. We've got 17 cars. If you're going to have full driver swaps with 17 on the grid, you got to have space for the extra 17. So that's what, 34 drivers just in that case. So if you've got 20 cars, which we started off with, there's 40. I know other games can do it, but they don't seem to have the online issue stability problems that this game does. I just don't think it was coded for it, to be honest. It's for a multiplayer side of things. Single player, yeah, definitely. I like the single player though, if they can do it with the driver swaps and it all works good. I find that it seems to, when I've experimented with it, I'll come in, swap tyres, swap drivers, but then the driver comes in again to put new tyres on again. And so the tyre wear actually doesn't reset itself. So it's like that they haven't changed the tyres. So it defeats the purpose, really. But I'd also like to see him also have mid-race saves. So then if you did want to do a single-player campaign with endurance racing, you could. And save it at different stages. So it looks like the BS is doing a good job there. Got through the lap traffic. Which is, I believe, is left. So left is in the middle there in the Alpine. So look how deep Rusty Jakes is going into this stint. So here he is coming around now. He'll come in for his pit stop. They're ready for him. So, yeah, I think that it's going to be touch and go if Tweak can get to the end here. What happened there? That was +9. Oh, no, that would have been Rusty's time, sorry, going over pit lane. So, yeah, 0.9 of nearly a second off his best. So, the way that Tweak will be driving now, I would say, if he's trying to avoid that splash and dash, is to conserve. So, we may see his lap time starting to drop. Oh, well, not drop, extend, be longer. I really hope you've enjoyed the race, guys, that you've been watching, coming and going. We've got 21 minutes right on the dot remaining. We'll get the banner fixed up for round 2 at Spa on the 7th of April. So it's about every 2.5 months, roughly. That we're probably every 2 months, or 10th of February, 7th of April. So every 2 months throughout the year. Runs all the way to the 1st of December where we have the Petite Le Mans. So next round will be the 6 hours of Spa, so it'll be a 2-hour race. I don't know how that's going to work with the time compression because I don't know if you can do ×3. So, but anyway, it will definitely be 2 hours of racing. So not as long as this one. Then they have the big one, 24 hours of Le Mans, which is 2 hours 24. That's double points actually for that. So there'll be a full day-night cycle for the 24 hours of Le Mans. So Tweak is, as we can see now, 17 seconds in front of Rusty. So we'll just keep an eye on all that. And just trying to pick up where we might have a bit of a battle going on here at the moment. I'm not really picking up any. We got 8 and 9, sorry, 8 and 9. So it was Petey. So Petey with, oh yeah, the bloody 9. So here we go, Stu. We got the hopes and dreams of the bloody 9 just in front of Team Arse. '67 laps around already around Sebring. What a tough mission. 2 hours 24 minutes. They've been running over 2 hours now. Well, that's not too nice, Max. If it was raining down sideways at Spa for 2 hours, I tell you what a tricky track that is. It's a real good driver's track. I love Spa. I can't wait to do the commentary for that one. I think that's going to be a ripper. I reckon we're going to have a full grid because everyone seems to gravitate to Spa. And it looks really good in this game too. So Bo Kane taking his final stop out of 5th position. So he's going to lose these as these two come through as well. They'll gain that position. But I believe they have to pit still as well. So Bo should be able to get back in front. All being well. Just under 17 minutes remaining. Here we go for a move. And can he hold it down the inside? Can he be brave? Be brave, 9. You can do it. Yes, he does. And I was saying that in the opening part of the broadcast. That's the point that if you can get down the inside, you can run side by side through the little right-hand kink and then be lined up for that left-hander, which he was able to complete that pass. But coming down the inside again, almost, Pete. He was thinking about it, but stuck to the racing line where the grip was. So nice move for Petey up into 7th position. Brings, takes the bloody 9 down into 8th position. And he's got a very fired up Longy behind, chasing down as well to see if he can get up into that 8th position. But time may just beat Longy. Let's have a quick look at the timings to see what sort of time he's doing. About a second a lap faster, just under, so about 0.9 of a second a lap. So not enough time to bridge that margin of what's he got of 12 seconds. So one would think that there's probably 8 laps, maybe 7 laps remaining, probably 8. So there's 8 seconds out of the 12. So well, it's not over by a long way. So Petey's checked out. And this is Rust. I mean, who were we looking at before then? That was... Oh, yeah, so this is Rusty coming up to put a lap on these guys. So he doesn't want to get held up if he can avoid it. How about this battle? Smithy on Truey. Smithy leading the way though. The Alpine behind, trying to get the BMW. Who really thought of black cars when they have to race at night? Seriously. Oh, in comes Smithy. So, can't get to the end. This is where it's all going to play out. You got 13 minutes and 30 seconds there or thereabouts remaining. So let's go through the field, guys. We've got obviously Tweak leading the way pretty much all race. He made the move on Rusty on the opening lap, first corner, got the run on the outside, brave move right around the tricky, bouncy first corner, and hasn't looked back since. But here, Rusty's in without a rear wing. Big moment here. So Rusty has hit the wall somewhere. So the chance for his race has just evaporated right there, people. Unfortunately, Rusty has been chasing hard and has had a mistake somewhere. So that'll come out in the wash eventually with some chat. But No Frills now moves up into second position. And I just feel that No Frills may need to pit yet again, but only for a small amount of fuel. But if he kept... if he kept extending his fuel runs, there was a good chance that No Frills may have been able to... Oh, no. Keep it on the black stuff. Who's this? This is... Is that Bo Kane? Yeah, Bo Kane behind these guys. I put a... Oh, what are you doing? Who's that coming out there? Are they the two drivers going for position? No, they're not. Not too sure what's going on there. I think that might have been... Is that Smithy? No, it's not Smithy, is it? It was Smithy. So Simon has got himself up into 16th. He's been last most of the race. So look at that. He's just in front of actually Smithy. But we're not too sure if he's got a pit again. So that's the telling point here. We've just got to find out what happens here if Simon's got a pit again. Otherwise, this is going to be a good little battle for Simon to try and hold on to this 16th over Smithy. He's getting out early, though. This is going to cost him time. He should have continued on. He had a margin then, and he could have let the faster car through. What's he doing? Oh, he's probably coming into pits. Is he out of fuel? He is. He's out of fuel. There is no fuel in this car. He's coasting. He's still got the pit limiter to do. He's got to have fuel. He must be just running on battery. So No Frills is in legitimately second position at this stage. Rusty's dropped down all the way to 8th position, but the good news for him is that most of those cars in front of him have to pit still. So he should still get... He's possibly still going to get second. Because I think No Frills may need to pit again. So we couldn't see how it eventuated to see if Rusty could have got to the end without pitting. We saw that damage, so that took away that part, and Tweak's already pitted. So he's going to get to the end now. So we saw him pit a lap ago. So he's got enough fuel, one would think, to get to the end now. So going through the field again when we just got sidetracked with Rusty in pit lane. So we got No Frills in this BMW with the pink grille. Then how about this? The Real BS in third position. And not too sure when he pitted last. Because I feel like he's out of sync, so he may be able to get to the end himself. So this is legitimately maybe even holding on to third position. Maybe even second if No Frills pits. Then Esky Man for Newcastle Racing. We've seen him have some wild moments, and he's been able to keep it together. So there's been a few lucky moments for a few. So Gunn alongside Rusty. So obviously leading the way at this stage. But as I said, I believe that Gunn will need to pit. And Petey for Team Arse in 6th position at this stage. So that answers our question about the bloody 9. He's in. So then we've got Rusty, as we've seen plenty of times in that BMW. Cuckoo for Team Kiwi in the Lamborghini in 9th position, just in front of Bo Kane at this stage. About by 20 seconds actually. So they're out of sync as well, those two. So we've got Team ANZ CRL in 10th and 11th with Longy on the same lap too. motoring around without a rear wing, but rest assured he does have one. Just a visual. Travis Moan. He's the second of the Team Kiwi racing cars in 12th position. And he's actually climbed up from being down around 16th, 15th up to 12th too. So he's had a great comeback drive. And left in the Alpine, the only Alpine, oh, there's two. There's Left and Smithy in the same team for Team Triple R. And we can all thank for the series to this man, Pixel Boy, driving around for Team Arse in the number 63 Lamborghini. So keeping it solid in 14th position. And then we see Truey was having a good battle with Smithy. And now Smithy's dropped off quite a long way now. Maybe that's because Smithy's maybe had a pit stop as well. So they're the one things that we don't know in the Alpine for Team Triple R. And there we got Tweak's teammate Simon Rigby in 17th position. So just over 6 minutes remaining. The question will be is what will happen between 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, all the way down. We'll even see where the real BS actually comes home in as well. So plenty of stories yet to unfold with 6 minutes just clicked away remaining. There no real big battles. 4th and 5th still. Petey still trying to see if he can get onto the back of Gunn, but I think Gunn's really settled down here now. But it's all about to see when he's going to need to pit. So looks like the lobby's been fairly stable as well, other than that one disconnect from Stu. We know that was a disconnect. We had a hardware issue for Bales. Not too sure what happened to Lucas Harvey in the AMS Oz Purebred Racing Cadillac. So we've had the 3 drive. We started with 20, got 17. So they're the 3 drivers in order that dropped out of this race. So here comes Tweak now over the line with 4 minutes 10 remaining. A lap, as we know, well, here we go. Lap takes 1 minute 46 or so. So there's still this one, next one. So 3 laps, is that right, to go? So, yeah, there's 3 laps to go, including this one. Okay, so there we go. So Stu's one, as you can see in the chat there, was an internet outage. So that's a shame, but that's a good positive signs for AMS2, to be honest. We like to see these long races. There was always this talk that it can't handle long races. Everyone gets a little bit iffy about the long races to see if it can hold the lobby for that period of time. So let's hope that the work has been done on that to make sure that those lobbies can hold for as long as we want. For a race would be a good start. Now, I don't normally do this view, but I'm going to go to the chase so you can have a look. Watch the blue flames in the Porsche come out of the exhaust. Assuming we're going to see it come into this braking area. No, nothing there. I wonder if maybe they don't get the backfire on the chase cam. Oh, they are. Bit too early. Bit too late, I should say. So, 1:30 remaining. So, Tweak is up the top end of the circuit. So, he'll have that one more lap to go. There's that blue flame. So, an outstanding drive by Tweak. No one could touch him. So this will see himself come down through on the back straight here, final corner, and to commence the final lap. So we'll stay on board. I'll stay watching as car 8 comes in through the pits. Cuckoo can't get to the end. Splash and dash. This is what we'll think some may have had to have done. No frills. Will he get around without pitting? Yes, he's going to give it a good go. What about we got Esky Man? He's got to get around again, as does Gun Petey. We know Rusty can get to the end because he had to pit for that damage at the end. So I'm just having a look at No Frills. He's actually coasting, I thought, because that's, I think, Bo Kane. That is Bo Kane being able to drive away. So No Frills is trying to conserve to get to the end here on his fuel, but here we go. There's a few cars probably struggling to get to the end here. There's a car backing right up, number 6. That's Petey. He needs to fall a lap down because he knows he's not going to get through. Or is he already out of fuel? But here we go. This is the man. Round 1 takes out the GTL Endurance Cup. First round here. Sebring 12-hour goes to Tweak and the Craigslist Racing Porsche. Well done to Tweak. Now, are we going to see cut? See, here's Petey. He's got no fuel at all. Rolling across the finish line. No frills. He's got enough. He's still got an engine running behind him. Pushing him to the end there. So well done to No Frills. Awesome job. And he did that for, let me have a look, was... I can't find it where it is. Sorry, guys. Oh, for the TNF Racing with Truey. So, Esky Man. coming on through for Newcastle Racing. So we got Craiglist Racing win this race. We then have obviously TNF Racing, and then Newcastle Racing comes home in third position. Fill-in driver Gunn for BMW team WTF comes home leading Rusty actually for fourth position. And this will probably be, we got number 6, we got the real BS to finish, but Rusty with that late damage, that accident we didn't see unfortunately, took him out of the running to maybe take the lead of this, to take this race. I think he will be a little bit devoed. But there you go. That's the results there. As we can see, Tweak, No Frills, Esky-Man, Gun 180, beats his teammate Rusty home. Then the real BS in the first of the Cadillacs. So well done to him. Doing a great job for Power BS Racing. Then Petey does the job for Team Arse in the Lamborghini, as the first Lamborghini, as then the bloody 9-4. Hopes and Dreams comes home in 8th position. Bo came for Team ANZ CRL, came home in 9th position. So that's a good job. Cuckoo for Team Kiwi, the first of the Kiwi cars in 10th. Then it was Longy for Team ANZ CRL. Travis Moan in the second of the Kiwi racing cars, left in the Alpine for the Team Triple R. Pixel Boy in the Team Arse car. Then Truey in the, what was it, the Team Trip, oh actually no, I'm trying to think that he was in the BMW, sorry, the TNF Racing with No Frills, and Smithy was the second of the Alpines for Team Triple R. And then Simon Rigby, the car for Craiglist Racing, comes home last. So there you go, guys. Hope you really enjoyed that. I've been your host, Woody Lizard. And this has been, oh, actually, sorry, before I leave, can't leave before we have a quick look at the calendar